Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve. Welcome to the Little Woodshop and a Sunday evening blog. What do we have for you this week? All right. This week, we have CNC Woodshop niche Christmas products. Well, I thought, being the month that it is, this would be an appropriate video to do. Kind of help some folks out with ideas. Maybe stimulate something, and I can learn a few things and maybe design a couple of awesome things for my own family or friends this year, okay? Alrighty, here we go. What do I make for somebody this holiday season? Are there places for woodworkers to go to even find these ideas? What do I need to keep in mind? Do I have the time for the project that I've chosen? Do I have the skill set for the project that I'm personally looking to do? What's the cost of the project I'm looking to do? These are the things that I look at when undertaking any project, whether it's for a personal item for myself, my wife, friends, families, clients. Not just for our clients, but again, for the fabrication of gifts for our family and friends. So where do we come up with these ideas? Where do we get them? Simple. Because of the internet today, we have so much available to us that we clearly didn't 30 and 40 years ago. So to hop online and to get your ideas at the push of a button and at a second's notice makes it really nice today, okay? But you can get it not only by watching other folks, following other social media platforms, following some of the different groups, some of the different CNC router groups, engraving groups, things of that. Arts and crafts shows, videos and TV shows. I can be watching a video that has nothing to do with woodworking and I happen to capture a piece of something and go, wow, back the video up and pause it. I want to check that out a little more. So always keep in mind, you could see a video or a movie or something with something in it that catches your eye. Even my own clients, I always listen to what they want because they're going to also be able to open up, no different than brainstorming and sharing ideas. You're gonna hopefully be able to get a little something and learn something from them as well. What are some of the things we think of when we want to make these projects or these items, whether it's for clients, family, friends, loved ones, all right? First thing I think about is age. I always try to keep the age of the individual in mind. Maybe you're going to make a beautiful custom picture frame. You're going to put some really nice engraving around the outside of it. Well, that's going to probably go over really well giving it to grandma. But that younger person out there who's probably more hands-on wants a toy or something. So that's what we're talking about as far as age. That new rocking horse you make for little Billy, for this little 3-year-old boy. Well, chances are Billy's going to go gaga on Christmas Day over it, but you're not going to see Grampy sitting in the corner using it, okay? This is what we mean by age appropriateness, all right? Gender. Gender is exactly as it sounds. Am I going to create an item that's going to be for a man or a woman, all right? Am I going to create something for a younger person who's perhaps a little boy or someone who's perhaps a little girl, all right? You can also make what I would consider a gender-neutral item. Let's say you made a keepsake box. Okay? There's a pretty universal gift all across the board in our wood shops. Now, what you can do to separate it and personalize it more is the engraving that you put on the top of it, and maybe the color paints that you use are going to be more attractive to a little girl than a little boy, and vice versa. That's all. And the engraving that also goes on it could also be maybe a military emblem or something of that effect, okay? And now that same keepsake box that would be, you know, really nice for a child is also going to work for a senior individual as well, okay? All right, demographics. Need us not forget that the location of where you live plays an important part as we design and fabricate and produce around the holiday season. I'm not going to build a surfboard for somebody in New Hampshire any more than I'm going to fabricate a toboggan for somebody living in Florida. So demographically, I am going to make a gift or an item that's appropriate for the region that I live in. All right? Personal careers. What does your client, what does your family member, what does your friend do for a living? Are they professionals? Do they work from home? Do they have a home office? Do they go to an office every day? What can you fabricate that can improve or help them in their everyday individual life? Maybe a nice engraved desk clock. Although this isn't engraved, this was just a piece of really punky, funky, crazy, spalted apple with a little clock insert from Clock Kit. And you can design just about any clock. Put a pocketing tool path in and you can drop an insert in, and you just made a professional, a nice desk clock to put in their desk or something like that. Lifestyles. This is one that I really try to target, especially when it comes down to friends and families. What does your client or your family member do? What do they do outside of work, aside from being at the grind 5 days a week? Okay, what hobbies do they have? Are they indoor or outdoor types of people? Do they garden? If they garden, granted, these aren't something that I personally fabricate up here to give as a Christmas gift, because we're not going to see gardening for 6 months here in New England. But if you lived in a warm area where, hey, you can grow year-round or whatever, I have a rock garden. Last week, one of them died. My garden of Whedon. Winter's over. We're all so excited. We wet our plants. Just comical little comical sayings like that. No big deal. They're a bird enthusiast. Bird houses, bird feeders. Those are something that are pretty much year-round. They can be gender neutral. And people of all ages enjoy watching birds, even small kids. Cost, time, and skill set. Okay. So you've narrowed down the gift that you wish to fabricate for your family or friend or client. You have a list of what you're going to fabricate for everyone, but there's a few things you still need to keep in mind. Although you've picked out what you're going to build, you know that you're sure it's going to be a sure to please. Everybody's going to love what you make them. Okay, here's the blue ribbon, baby. What does it cost to fabricate this stuff? Okay, how much money am I going to tie up making these gifts? Wherefore, would it just be easier to go out and buy somebody something and get them a card? Okay. This is the problem for some individuals, is not knowing what you need, where to get it, or how much. If you're not sure, there's always somebody in your family who's involved in the trades, or you can go to these big home improvement centers or any place that sells the material. Show them what it is, or tell them about what it is you're looking to fabricate, and somebody on the floor should be able to direct you to material, how much material you're going to need, what you'll need to fasten and secure. That's their job. That's what they're paid to do. Okay, how long is the project going to take me? A simple birdhouse or feeder that you can do in under a weekend is a great idea. It's something that's quick, it's quick turn, and you can probably do more than one of them. Okay, if you're looking to do a more elaborate project, well, you're going to have to plan for that accordingly. I personally never look at doing any projects up here, even for my clients that are going to run more than 5 days. Alright? That's just the way I schedule and do things up here. And if doing projects for family, try to combine things, alright? Say you're going to make a nice, you want to make a nice couple decorative holiday signs, and you know that you can build them all out of a stick of 1x8, and you get an 8-footer. Well, if I'm going to make a bunch of signs, say maybe this one's going to say Season's Greetings, it's got the little Christmas mouse with the candle and the moon in the back. Well, the next one I could make may have something different, but it'll say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever. Okay, but how long is it going to take me to physically be able to do these? Kind of a don't bite off more than you can chew sort of situation. And if at all possible, even this month as I'm doing clients' projects, I'll try to also throw in and do family and friends as well. Finally, do you have the skill set to do the project that you're looking to undertake? Is the project something that you can build by yourself, or do you need a second set of hands? There's a big difference between a birdhouse and a grandfather clock, or a massive entertainment system that's going to take up a whole wall. Okay, so again, I would say plan your battle correctly, your timeline, and research as to what it's going to cost to actually put that into production to make it possible for you to fabricate it. Okay, we're going to get into real quick some actual items. We're going to talk a little bit real quick about what's up here, what's gone over well with my own family and friends and things that we fabricated and given away. They're not expensive to make. You can build them from reclaimed materials or very inexpensive materials. Doesn't require a lot of skill set. Some are age and gender neutral, but can be designed for a specific person and or age or sex, okay? So let's get started. Now, I have given you 10 physical items, 10 physical ideas, okay? Some of them are here, some of them aren't, but as soon as I bring them up, you'll know what they are. A keepsake box, excuse me, a keepsake box. As we mentioned earlier, you can personalize those, do whatever you'd like there. This is something that I came up with. This works for not only cell phones, but tablets as well. This is a little cell phone stand. It is nothing, this is actually made out of a piece of scrap bamboo. This is reclaimed material. These go over very well. This was a basic one. These you don't even need a CNC machine for, a table saw, and a dado blade. You put your slots in, they slide together. There's a very basic one. It works very simple. Here's one that's got a little more elaborate. My cell phone, and everybody today has got a cell phone, so I deem these to be very appropriate gifts. This one slides apart. We have a slot right here. If you want, you can take your end mill and you can pop an oblong pocket in so the charging cord could come up through the bottom. If you wanted to as well, you can put a pocket on the back of this thing. These are Blu-ray speakers. Okay?
Bluetooth mode.
That's enough of that. You can put a pocket on the back for your Bluetooth speaker to sit. This is an identical that I have in my home office, so that when my phone's on here during the day and I can just listen to the radio or I can listen to some music through the Bluetooth speaker. And this is a darn nice little gift, you know, and these speakers aren't much money, okay? And coincidentally, this stuff here was built out of scrap flooring, I believe. Flooring or countertop, but it was all reclaimed. And there's also another one, a design on an outbound link, and that's the other thing. These all have outbound links to them. So every item that's in here, from our cell phone stand, tablet stand, keepsake boxes, the whole nine, there are outbound links that will go to the project centers to give you guys all ideas for this stuff. The tablet stand myself, I haven't made. Same would apply though. I can tell you those go over well. If you've got somebody who cooks a lot in the kitchen and owns a tablet, you can cut them now in the shape of like a cutting board that'll hold your tablet. It's out of the way, but yet it's a functional item. It's a nice gift for the person in the family who's got a flair in the kitchen. Picture frames. Those always go over well. As far as picture frames go, we give you an outbound link. My store, we carry hundreds and hundreds of affiliate products in our own store, so please feel free to check it out. Clocks. These are something that you can build in our project folder. I think we have an outbound link. This is one. This was made out of reclaimed maple. It's pocketed on the back for the insert of the clock. It would have the little pendulum that would swing. We have two different styles here. Two different clock faces. I believe that we have these in our project files as well. So between the insert and the material, depending on what you built it out of, you're probably talking 30, 40 bucks for a real nice clock for somebody. Alright. Games, cribbage, chess, checkers, the whole shooting match. I know a lot of you have built cribbage boards. Actually, somebody just submitted a picture to me, by the way. They put the exact same design on it that we use for our new kitchen table. So to that gentleman, awesome job, sir. Very awesome job. Birdhouse, bird feeder, squirrel feeder. Those are self-explanatory. We gave you some awesome outbound links to all of those. Christmas decor. Like I told you, the little specific niche Christmas signs of all sorts of size, shapes, and colors. We did kind of like a little Yule Yule style log off of, this is actually a reclaimed armrest off of a pew, out of a couple broken pews from an old church years ago. And I converted it into something that you could put votive candles in. We ended up milling little deer tracks on it to make it look rustic. You could put dog prints, whatever you like. These are just, again, they're just ideas. There's nothing set in stone here. Cutting boards. Here's a unique cutting board with a really nice piece of heartwood running through it. On the other side, if you wanted, you could personalize it the Smiths, the Jones, whoever. Trivets, those of you who don't know what a trivet is. A trivet is like a glorified round wooden cutting board. They're real big on scroll saws with the gentlemen that use the scroll saws. And if you have a grandma or maybe your own mom does a lot of baking, pies and cookies, things like that, you bring a hot item out of the oven like a hot pie plate, you put your trivet down and you put your pie on top of your trivet. And you can get them in all sorts of Celtic designs. Fabricate, fabricate, fabricate. Okay? These are all items that we've made for friends, families, and clients alike. A CNC router or equipment isn't necessary, but it's nice to personalize with it. Place an engraving on it for a specific person, and now it is one of a kind. We have abilities as engravers and fabricators up here that others don't. I've told you all that before. These little phone stands, you want to do something really cool with them. You can put a pocket in up on the back. You can go out and you can buy those collectible coins, drop in a little bit of epoxy, because I did this last year. You can get NFL coins for your person's favorite team, military coins for whatever branch of the service that person was in, sports coins, and the nice thing is the coins are short money, folks. Like I said, that was made out of reclaimed material, nothing more. You can get a good coin, a nice coin for under 20 bucks. Plant it in there, Army, Navy, Air Force, basketball, football, NASCAR, whatever your niche is, and they make a really nice gift. And at the same time, you're not busting a trademark or a trademark logo that's copyright protected because you have physically now bought the coin and inserted it into the product, okay? These are all just little ideas that I wanted to share with all of you. I hope they've helped, as always. The blog for the next couple of weeks, we're going to go like this. I don't have any projects to really share with you guys, only because we've got a lot on our plate for the month between clients and, like all of you, with family and friends. But we do want to take a moment, of course, as always. Thank you for following, thank you for subscribing to us, and keeping us alive up here and keeping us going, doing what we love, alright? Alright, everyone, have a safe week. Please get home safely to you and yours, and we'll catch you Wednesday for the midweek shout-out. Alright, everybody? Bye-bye, we'll catch you later.